Nowadays, anyone can pick up any type of camera, point and shoot, record what is exactly happening, and they can make a video, upload it, post it, boom. But here's the thing, not everyone uploads a video that conveys an emotion or a feeling. You know, when you're watching that travel video where the music swells, the edits that are made, the transitions, something that gives you the chills that you can't quite put into words. That is the art of cinematic storytelling. Not every video that's uploaded nowadays can create that feeling. In fact, it's actually more rare because there's so much volume and so much noise nowadays. That's why in this video, I want to talk about how I create that feeling in my videos. How I create that feeling from when I'm shooting, when I'm editing, when I'm directing. Let's dive into this project that I did in my most recent travels to Costa Rica. Okay, so first off, let me give you some background information on what is happening in this video. This was a tourism business where they take you out to places where you wouldn't be able to reach on foot, and you get to take off from this really nice beach called Playa Conchal, and it's just, the water is crystal clear because all the sand are broken pieces of shells. Because I was so excited for this. I remember we were on the beach and just swimming around, and then the boat came in to pick us up, right? We were just swimming in this little beach and the water was super clear. I saw the boat just rushing by. At that moment, I had swam out to these rocks that were, this coral reef that was kind of elevated. So there was some rock that I could stand on. And I just remember seeing the boat speed by and I saw this vision in my head. I said, okay, I want the pacing to be fast, exciting, and also immersive. Like I want my audience, you, the viewer, to be able to feel what I'm feeling. So there are shots that I added into there that are POV shots. So from my end, what it was like to get onto the boat. And it was so cool because we would have to take off from the beach, kind of take a few steps into the water, bring your bags, kind of carry it over your head and pass it on. When we got on, the boat is fairly small, so you're very close to the water. So as they're driving the boat, you could feel the water splash on your face. And that's why I got sort of those shots that are really close to the water on the edge of the boat. And then the other stuff is just being in the video, being present, being able to convey the feeling that we had in the moment. And that was excitement, it was joy, it was being alive. I mean, just being in the sunlight in this time of the day and going to snorkel in these beautiful coves. It was, I mean, it was so, it was everything that I look for in the life that I want to create. And so I wanted you, the audience, to feel that. And there's a lot of technical, in-depth things like framing, exposure, and whatnot that made this video the way it was. But for this video, I want to focus on the shooting and editing intention aspect of it. If you want the audience to feel what you're feeling, you have to shoot. I have to shoot with the intent to convey that through the language of film, which I'll talk about in a later video. But for now, I want you to understand how my process looks, what I do to convey that feeling. And so it starts with my intention. I identify what I'm feeling, and I translate it through the way that I shoot, the movements that I make, how I show up in the video. And also, you know, picking those immersive shots so that you can also feel the water splash on you when there is no water where you are splashing on you. But you could feel it through the video. And then of course the aerial shot that kind of shows the adventure that we're going on, because there's just so much happening. An aerial view gives you another perspective. Even though I wasn't a bird and I couldn't see the boat from the sky, it is an interesting point of view for the audience to see the overall surroundings and environment that you can't really. Anyways, I know this video is a very general overview of how I convey emotion and feeling within a video where the audience can actually feel it where they are, from just watching it through a screen. But this is where it starts. It is with, I start with identifying what I want you to feel, right? And then I show up in that energy behind the camera, on camera, and while I'm editing and pairing it with music. So you could feel, because you feel probably electrified, excited, vibrant, and it's a mix of all that stuff, but it starts with intention. Anyways, I hope this video gave you more in-depth information on how I achieve this, right? So if you guys are interested in more of this and you like this type of content and you want to see more of how I show my process,